Turned up headers make their way to the non-wing side. Surprises and not surprises with high limit at the Gold Cup, RTJ and Hudson O'Neal tangle, and I'll tell you what is the best championship battle in the country right now. Let's go. It's Sunday, August 25th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is Dirt Tracker Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. We've run out of ways to describe how good Corey Day has been this season in a sprint car, and last night's Gold Cup Race of Champions finale was never in doubt. Another big win for the California driver and his most lucrative victory to date, taking down $100,000. He led all 40 laps from the pole after winning his prelim night on Thursday and was never really challenged out front. He's up to 9 sprint car wins on the year, including 7 with high limit, that Outlaw score at Knoxville, and the Super Dirt Cup at Skagit. And he even saved a Flow Racing production crew member's life earlier in the week, alerting him to an oncoming water truck during an interview with Tony Laporta, which we saw live on stream. Rico Abreu and Chris Windham rounded out the podium last night. It was a really strong weekend for Windham, ending up third against that field. It's been a tough go for that Vermeer 55 group on the road this season, but that will be a big boost to them. Rico also strong both nights. He's finished first or second in 6 of his last 8 high-limit races. Shane Golobic was the highest finishing California regular in 4th. Elsewhere down through the field, there were some surprises. Tyler Thompson, very impressive. He had a good 9th place run. While Brad Sweet, Justin Sanders, Tyler Courtney all well down the order last night. Sweet's now finished outside the top 10 in 3 straight sprint car races. That included the 18th place finish at Placerville after getting involved in that crash with Zeb Wise. He was 12th during the Gold Cup prelim night after making a rare mistake, and then 17th last night, multiple laps down. He's still winless since May, and he hasn't finished outside the top 10 in 3 straight races since 2020. Very uncharacteristic for him in that KKR 49 bunch. Fortunately for him, his Kubota High Limit Championship lead is large enough, and Tyler Courtney has struggled as well, so he's still very much in control of that title fight headed to Roseburg tomorrow. As for Chase Johnson, he had a scary crash last night, and there was a lengthy red flag period as safety workers extracted him from the car. He was alert and communicating with the track crew before being transported to the hospital. As of me writing this on Sunday, there has been no update on his condition. Hopefully we can get some good news soon. The High Limit West Coast swing continues this week with Douglas County tomorrow, Grays Harbor on Wednesday, and then Skagit next weekend for big money. At Port Royal, $50,000 on the line last night for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series and a dominating performance for Jonathan Davenport. Ricky Thornton Jr. tried to make a run at him late, but hit the wall, and it was Superman leading 49 of 50 laps and picking up series win at number 7 in 2024. RTJ second and a nice podium result for Max Blair. We did have another run-in between RTJ and Hudson O'Neal, with Huddy getting the worst of a 20 RT slider before halfway. This is kind of like the gift that just keeps on giving, at least in terms of, if you like the drama. The 71 eventually needed a trip to the pit area to fix the damage, and he raced back to finish in 7th. I think it was pivotal for O'Neal because he's now 4th in the Lucas standings coming out of the weekend. Tim McCreadie broke on Friday and finished 27th while leading. That opened the door for O'Neal, and those points he got last night racing back to 7th could be incredibly valuable. All we've got left before the final cutoff for the Lucas playoffs is Portsmouth, Tyler County, and 3 nights at Knoxville. This will likely come down to the wire between these two, between McCreadie and O'Neal, for that final Lucas Chase spot. I can't move on today either without giving a hat tip to Garrett Alberson. He beat Devin Moran in a photo finish on Friday night to score his first career Lucas win and first with a late model national tour. It was a long time coming for Alberson, and finally the monkey is off of his back. Lucas is at Portsmouth and Tyler County next Saturday and Sunday, and then it's World 100 time at Eldora. In Ohio, the World of Outlaws Late Model Series Championship continued to tighten up after 2 nights at Atomic. Bobby Pierce a winner on Friday night. He led all 40 laps, and then he was second last night behind a dominant run for Ryan Gustin. Gustin also led flag to flag. Brendan Shepard certainly wasn't bad both nights. He finished 6th and 7th, but the gap is now much closer at 54 points. Nick Hoffman was 4th both nights, so he's actually tied with Pierce for second. So you've got Shep out front, Pierce and Hoffman second tied, 54 back. Hoffman trying to turn it around here at the right time. He has gone 2nd, 4th, 4th in his last 3 races. That included a charge from 22nd last night. The World of Outlaws late models go quiet now for a few weeks, but we are down to the final nights. All that's left is a night at Sonoya, Talladega, Boot Hill, Rocket Raceway Park, and 3 nights of racing at World Finals. So just 7 races left here. 54 points over 7 races means Pierce or Hoffman, and Hoffman, whatever, need to beat Shep on average by about 4 positions per race. The lack of races left here, I think, is definitely a good thing for Shep, but any sort of problem for any of these three drivers will be devastating. This will likely come down as the best championship battle in the country this season as we kind of take a look around at, the top Sprint Car Series, top Late Model Series, all of that. The Outlaws are back September 14th. With the USAC National Sprint Cars, it was a big weekend for Justin Grant. He swept Smackdown at Kokomo last year, and this season it was 2 wins in 3 nights, including last night's $30,000 finale. He outdueled Mitchell Moles late after early leader, and Friday night winner Kevin Thomas Jr. had a motor go south before halfway. Moles and Robert Ballou rounded out the night's podium. In an interesting turn of events, and I'm sure some of you are tired of hearing me talk about exhaust header pipes, but Grant's NOS car was sporting a set all weekend, a la Paul Silva and Kyle Larson. I went back looking at photos from earlier this season and don't see where he'd used them previously. I feel like these pipes are now starting to win some significant amount of money. I've been told I'm a conspiracy theorist. I've been told I'm clickbaiting, but this stuff just keeps showing up and winning. Logan Seavey continues to lead the USAC National Sprint Car Championship with the next race coming up September 5th at RPM Speedway in Texas. The World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series spent the weekend in North Dakota, and it was a sweep for Carson Macedo. He won both Friday at River Cities and Saturday at Red River Valley. We actually had the same podium drivers both nights, with Sheldon Hodenshield and Buddy Kofoid flipped between second and third. Sheldon now has 4 straight podium finishes, while these were Kofoid's first podium results since the middle of July. Back to Macedo, though, he has now won 3 of the last 4 Outlaw races, which is a nice turnaround for his JJR 41 team that's really struggled at times this season. And even though he lost a wheel in qualifying last night, David Gravel bounced back to finish 8th, and 2 more top 10s sees not much change in the title fight. He still leads both Donnie Schatz and Macedo by triple digits. The Outlaws have one more week in the Midwest before they head out to California after that. This week, it's 3 days at Huset's. They'll have the Hustle on Friday, and the rescheduled High Bank Nationals Saturday and Sunday. Friday's $25,000 to win, Saturday's $15,000, and then Sunday is the big $100,000 to win show. Other weekend open wheel winners included AJ Flick with Fast at Mercer. He actually spent the weekend driving for Bernie in the Indy Race Parts 71. Kel Thomas was an AFCS winner at Attica. Anthony Macri swept Williams Grove and Lincoln. Seth Bergman and Jake Buback were ASCS winners in Montana. And Emerson Axum won the season finale at Knoxville. Austin McCarl, Jamie Ball, Mike Mayberry were the 3 Knoxville track champions as we expected. Other weekend late model winners included Cameron Marlar and Jason Jameson in Hunt the Front action. Brandon Overton still leading that title, but still really quiet as of late. Daniel Adam and Ryan Unzicker were Mars winners. Derek Stewart won with the MLRA. Jordan Kohler and Devin Gilpin were Ultimate winners, and Rusty Schlenk won with Ironman at Butler. That's it for the show today. With still some big money on the line and kind of lots to figure out for 2025, I think this week and the coming weeks could be pretty interesting, pretty intriguing, especially with some of the rumors out there. Keep it locked right here for all of the latest. Hope you guys have a great Sunday out there. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.